Today we discuss to give or not to give. That is the question.
Hi folks, and welcome. This week I'm going to dive straight into the question because it's a long one and it's a doozy. Thank you very much, Ezra, on Facebook. This one's yours. If you help people of a different faith in a conflict zone, how can you stop it getting into the hands of the extremists who want to kill you? I'm frightened to give. Charity is a political act. What should we do? Anybody want to jump in there straight away?
That's quite a difficult question, isn't it, really? I mean, it's got quite a few different parts to it as well. We've got this fear of giving to charity, haven't we? And we've got this issue of money falling into the wrong hands in a conflict zone, and whether it's political.
He also, in the question, giving money to people of a different faith, Ezra and I had a conversation on
Facebook,
on our Facebook page about the difficulty of giving, and sometimes it is hard to know exactly where your money's going to go, and sometimes I think those fears can get a bit lumped in together. So different faiths, I think, is probably something we shouldn't worry about in terms of, actually what people need our help, and giving to other faiths doesn't put us in more mortal danger. But I think choosing to use well-known organisations that are audited by various safeguarding authorities and charity commissions, and those are the sorts of things that can help reassure us that the money that we're giving is getting to the people who need it. But we can never be sure, other than take it with us to places, which usually isn't the best thing to be doing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of my friends used to talk to me about giving and going for short mission trips, and this sort of idea that you can have a mission holiday, where you go to somewhere that needs help and support. Probably not a conflict zone, but you can go to somewhere that needs help and support, and then you take your giving there and you raise funds for that. So you can see exactly what's happening. But my friend's problem with that was, what we're doing is we're going to look at the problems of other people. We're making that our, our soap opera, if you like, our entertainment or recreation, and that can't be a good thing. I think it's a really difficult question as to how can we give safely, in that how can we make sure that the money we're giving goes to what we want. But I'm not sure that we absolutely can. I think we have to trust. That's where I sort of come at it from, I think.
Yeah, I think trust is an issue. I mean, if somebody owes you a tenner and they give you one of these, you're trusting that it's genuine and not fake, and that someone hasn't been tortured.
Is that one of yours, Paul? It's printer.
It's not bad, is it? No.
As well, trusting that when you give, like you say, money to somebody, that it's going to be used wisely. I personally disagree with giving money to people who are begging in the street. I'd rather stop and give them food or a drink.
Or buy the big issue, something like that. It's part of a bigger scheme.
Yeah, because I know people who've been conned, been caught out. So, I don't know, Tamar, what do you think when you're giving money to a charity and maybe you hear about some charity that's on the news because they've been up to no good?
I don't know, I think it's a difficult question as well. I think that I prefer to give to the people or the organisations that are directly helping people, so like give to the food bank rather than giving money to the beggars on the street, or give to like Compassion, which is a charity that sponsors children. And so it's, just ones that are well known and or local as well. I don't know, give to the people who are helping people. It's difficult though.
I think we, in a sense, it helps to separate the two acts, doesn't it? What you're doing in giving is a really great thing. It's beneficial to you and to somebody else. And then there's what they do with that. But you, in a sense, have done your bit of the system. You've run your race when you've given the money.
Except Ezra rightly points out, or whether it's rightly or wrongly, says that giving is a political act. So when we're doing our bit, we should be doing our bit in a way that is contributing to a solution rather than a problem. And Ezra did give quite a specific example, which you can easily find if you just look on the conversation from last week's episode, or 2 weeks ago's episode. But it's sort of... We can potentially be making things worse if we're not smart about these things, and if we don't take out giving responsibilities quite seriously. But then there's that prayer that I say with my congregation every Sunday at the end of the collection. As just before we offer the bread and the wine, we say, "All things come from you, and of your own do we give you." And so to be afraid to give is a shame, and something that actually I think we should resist, because there's a million reasons to look after number one. There are always really excellent excuses to do that, and I think we can easily reach for them. So I have to just resist.
In many ways, I agree with what you're saying, but I think we give a lot more money to other things than to charity. And we don't take very good care of where we give that money.
Yeah.
We give money to people who are making things that will never be recycled. I mean, we were talking about that before. We give money to people who are trying to get more money, and so oppress perhaps, or take away the freedoms or liberties of those who work for them. I think we live in a capitalist system which very much prizes making money. So if we're thinking about what we do with our money, that's a very sensible thing to do. I'm not sure that where we give money to charity is the first place we should start. I think giving to charity is a very good thing. I think if we're worried about where our money's going, we could think about maybe the shops we buy things from, maybe the way that we buy things in such a disposable culture. I think there's a lot of things we could think about that are more political than this.
Okay. Well,
it's one of those political things that comes up when you talk about the international development funds and things like that. And there has to be a shrewdness that says some of this money isn't going to do things that we want it to do. And in some cultures, actually, the backhanders and the bribes is the only way to get some things done. We're not happy about it, but I think sometimes you have to, give with your eyes open and say, look, some of this isn't going to go exactly where we want it to, but to get it there.
There are always people who are in genuine need, which is why kind of holding lightly in terms of, well, actually, I have all that I need and so much more. And so I think all the decisions we make about our money ends up being those bigger decisions which do contribute to the greater good or greater evil all the time. But shouldn't let fear be the reason we don't give.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty much agreed, Ezra, that resist the fear. There's plenty of biblical quotes, have no fear, be not afraid. And you inspired me to look up the words of Jesus, Matthew 6:3, which talks about giving. Jesus says, when you give to charity. He doesn't say if you give. So our advice probably is, do your homework as best you can, do your best, trust God with the rest.
Don't forget to like and share this video and leave us a question in the comments down below.
They haven't gone plastic on the 20s, have they?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's next year.
Because I reckon when they come out, that'd be the best time to circulate forgeries.
When they first come out. You've thought about this, Paul. That's alarming.
Worrying.
Are you doing it for charity then?
That'd be top for a good cause, Your Honour.
Just do your best, Paul, and
Forgeries
I'll
for
do the
charity.
rest.